crazy. Look what seeing, dog.
That nigga got a fucking kaiju.
Look, Godzilla on them kaiju. Twerk, baby, twerk, Harlem kaiju. Work it, girl, work.
This is a Harlem kaiju. No.
Let's get to it. Oh, by the way, stick around, guys, to the end, because that's when we're gonna do the merch giveaway.
Boop, boop, boop. Hey. Now let's talk about Sinners. Anybody in the chat? Okay. First of all, it's been about a week, right? So if you haven't watched Sinners, there might be some spoilers here. Might be a little bit of spoilers.
Now, we talked about the show without spoilers on Monday. If you ain't seen it by now,
yeah, if you didn't go see it for $5 Tuesday, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess we're past 72 hours. I think spoilers are allowed.
Yeah. So sorry. Look. So if you don't want to be spoiled, hey, we appreciate you guys. Come back in about.
Don't leave. We need the numbers.
Yeah, just mute it.
Just mute us.
Just mute the stream and unmute it in about 10 minutes, in about 10, 15 minutes, you know. I love this fucking movie, dog. Like, bro, I'm going to see it again tomorrow.
I want to see it again. I want to try to see it in Dolby because my IMAX experience with the sound design just didn't work. I don't know if it was just my theater, but the sound was almost too loud over dialogue. So I missed some dialogue that I didn't catch the first time.
This fucking guy, bro.
Hypno.
I can't. But yeah, I saw it in Dolby.
Nah,
I want to see it in Dolby.
That's disrespectful. I saw that thing in IMAX.
My IMAX was all the way in Waco, though.
Do either of you guys live near a 70 millimeter IMAX?
That's where I saw it. That's where I saw it in.
No.
How was it? Did you? Was there like do you see a difference between normal like? Did you get the printed out?
I definitely noticed that this like the entire screen.
Yeah, you get the whole
it was
thing.
the entire screen.
Yeah.
And I definitely like it was. I just can't go back to regular movie experience.
No,
I can't do it.
It's amazing, bro.
It's
you ever
gotta be
seen a movie in 4DX?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I have.
Nah, I can't.
I have.
That.
I've seen Twisters.
Talking about where like
Wolverine.
chair nuts on you and all that.
Moving and like they spray water on you and there's lightning and all that kind of stuff. For the right movie, it works.
I've only done that once and I didn't like it.
For Twisters, it was perfect.
I bet that was great.
But did you get the film strip that they were giving out to the people who went to go see it in 70 millimeter?
Yeah, they give you a film strip of
like, the movie
from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
in IMAX.
Maybe I didn't. I could have sworn I did, but like, see, the thing is, I normally go to Atlantic Station to watch movies in IMAX, but the chick I went with, Hispanic chick, she was like, it was too late, you know what I'm saying, and she didn't want to go all the way to Atlantic Station. So I was like, I mean, because she lives like further south than me, so I was like, we can go to the one in Peachtree City, and that's what we did. I'm pretty sure that one probably would have gave out strips. I don't know, you know, maybe they was like, oh, black dude and Hispanic chick, they don't need it. So I mean, I don't know, I might go and see it again. As a matter of fact, I think I am gonna go and see it again because I got
see it again.
I got another date tomorrow at Atlantic Station, and I'm probably just gonna stop and see it tomorrow.
I highly recommend everybody try to go see this again because we've been dying for original films, original movies, and this is a really good movie, and I think it's palatable for all types of people. I think everybody's going to get something out of it, so I think you should definitely go see it. And if you can't afford to see it in IMAX, the closest 70 millimeter one for me is LA. They don't have one here in Vegas, which makes no sense. They should have one here in Vegas.
You should if you can't see it in the 70 or in IMAX, go see it in Dolby. Is just as good. I'm probably gonna drive all the way to Dallas to go watch that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You should for 70. I'm telling you, from what I've seen,
I bet that shit's gonna be orgasmic. It's probably gonna be crazy. I'm probably gonna be in that bit.
Battle LA like a long time ago on a 70 millimeter IMAX screen, and it was just, it's a different experience. You feel like you're in the movie.
because IMAX theaters are already good, right? They're already really good. Like I saw Doom.
They be serving alcohol, but I be at the bar fucked up.
I like the Dolby theaters a little bit better. Just based off the sound quality versus the IMAX. Not saying IMAX doesn't have good, but I just prefer the Dolby sometimes more so.
Nah, Houston doesn't have one. They just have a regular IMAX. They just have regular IMAX theaters. The 70 mil, those are like the really good films, like the really good film prints. Like I've never seen a movie in 70 millimeter.
Really?
IMAX, so not in IMAX.
This is a good one to pop your cherry on.
I might do that because hey, no, she's right. I'll probably be fucking nutting to this movie in that, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This movie is good, bro.
I know.
That's the guy who only gave it an 8.5.
That's a
8.5 is what I gave it too. That's a high score.
That's a high score. That's high.
Anyway, chat. I gave it a 9.6. Because
8.5 is 8, 9, and 10 are exceptional movies.
Yeah, I agree.
7 is like it's good, but
okay. So
5 and 6 is like mid.
Question. Let me ask you the same question. So I'll tell you how I grade any content. I start the content off at 100, and then I start subtracting based on whatever issues or whatever I have for it. So for me, I started 100, and with this movie, my criticisms were it's too long. I feel like it's long for no reason. The overuse of flashback scenes, and there was a plot that they just dropped the Indians, and so those 3 things. But those aren't significant things. While the movie was longer than I felt it needed to be, it wasn't like insignificant like scenes in there. Every scene was needed. So it wasn't like what's like, think about Daredevil, Born Again, right? Can anybody explain what the fuck we needed the bank scene for? I mean, the bank episode for? I don't think you've seen it, Nadia. You haven't seen it, have you?
No, I don't. Okay. Nope, I don't subscribe to Disney.
Right. So the Daredevil Born Again, the best episode is an episode where he's in the bank and there's like a robbery attempt. It has nothing to do with the rest of the show. Wasted fucking episode for no reason. So same thing with this. This wasn't. It was longer than I felt it needed to be, but there was nothing wasted. Of course, the Indians, we saw them. They had the vampires running, and then they disappeared.
I wonder if there's stuff missing because it's just for a lot of time. I would be.
Yeah, that's what I believe. That it was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
and the movie's already long within itself, so I'm pretty sure, including the Indians in that.
No, he could drop a 4-hour cut of that movie, and I'll watch it. I ain't lying.
Probably, but sitting in the theater, probably not. Like on my sofa. I watched that just like I did. Like I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I did,
for 4 hours. The Black.
I'm not sitting in no theater for 4 hours. Fuck that.
No.
Shit, if it was Lord of the Rings, I would.
I would for Lord of the Rings. I would for certain movies that I know going in, I'm going to enjoy. But
okay, so granted, if Infinity War or Endgame would have been 4 hours, I probably would have stayed in there.
Endgame, man, that was pushing it for me. The amount of time for Endgame. That one, jeez. And like at this point, my movies, like, you have to really be a good movie to take up that much time for me for the day. That's 3 hours out of the day, plus probably half hour for ads and stuff prior to that, and then the driving to get there and stuff. So, I feel like if people can do a story in 90 minutes to an hour to 2 hours, that's good. But stop fluffing up your fucking movies. Anyway,
so let's come back to the question though. So you said you gave it an 8.5.
Yes, I have problems with it. So I have problems with the drop part of like you said, with the Native Americans and the hunt. I wanted a little bit more of that. I felt while we did need the first act with the world building, right? We needed to kind of know where our characters were and such. The third act kind of lacked a little bit. Like I wanted a little bit more with the vampires, maybe a little bit more tension there. But it doesn't take away from the overall film. And then the sound design for me. So I knocked it down too. So I was like, about a 1.5.
Okay. I mean, I can live with that. This nigga was just like, 8.5 just cause.
That's valid to do. That's valid to do. That's just how I feel about the movie.
Yeah, y'all think that's valid?
That's valid to do.
If you're a critic, and
I
you
don't
just
have to go super in detail. I'm
not asking to go. She didn't go super in detail. Because I mean, she had a problem with the sound design. I have to go back and watch. I don't think that I have a problem with. I didn't think that I had a problem with the sound.
If I see it again, that might go up in the point. But it's a piece of art. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. And I know everybody was trying to talk about it. Some people are saying like, "Oh, I don't want to see a movie that has more things to deal with racism." I'm like, bro, it's for the time. It's 1930s.
And
like this is
I'm glad that you brought that up because I want to reiterate this for the audience. For those of you who are afraid this is another woke anti-white movie, no, it's a happenstance movie. Okay, first of all,
it's not. And then on top of that, it's not even really. That's not even a major component of the movie at all. It's not. It just happens.
That's actually another issue for it. I feel like we needed a scene a little bit earlier to establish what happens with the ending. Besides them just buying the place in that particular scene, and you get a little bit of dialogue to it. It just like what it didn't fit the ending. Almost it almost needed something else to kind of see if they were deciding.
They should have built up the idea of those, I guess, KKK people.
I feel we have two things going on here. We have the real world it's set in. So obviously this is all real stuff that would happen to them, right? As characters and stuff with the KKK versus them. And then you have the supernatural element where you add in the vampires, right? I feel like you took a little bit away from the vampires by adding that, or you took away from that. In a sense, to me, it didn't make sense for them to be there the next morning. If they knew this was going to be a club, why didn't they show up at the night and then maybe have the vampires go after them as the first like setup to kind of see what's going on?
Hold on. So let me bring it back. You said it didn't make sense for who to be there the next morning. The KKK.
Yeah, they showed up.
To me, it should have been the night of. Like they should have been there in the middle of the night. Why are they first thing in the morning?
Okay, I see what you're saying. I
guess the best excuse you could make is they didn't know that they were going to use it as a club, because remember they didn't tell them it was going to be a juke joint. They didn't say what it was going to be. But even then,
why show up first thing in the morning if you know? Why aren't these guys here in the night? If they were already getting ready for it too, because Remick stumbled across at sunset and you saw the hood in the costume. So why weren't they then going to attack them? It just didn't. It's like a nitpick. Like I'm nitpicking.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. It's valid though. It's valid though, because I didn't think about that. I wanted to go back to where you saying you felt like the KKK thing took away from the vampires. The reason why I don't feel like that is because I thought it was pretty significant. And going back to some of you who were like, "Oh, this is white man bad." It's not white man bad because the antagonist, the vampire, is not a racist. As a matter of fact, he is the very reason that Smoke even knew that they were going to be attacked by the KKK, because when the vampire took when he bit those two KKK members, he found out, oh shit, they planned on attacking the juke joint any fucking way. Even though they sold them, so they made it seem. So for those of you who don't know, like I said, spoilers. A white guy sold the twins a little building, and they was going to turn it into a juke joint. And what the twins told him is, okay, if any of your little KKK friends cross the whatever line, we're gonna smoke them on sight, right? That was the warning he gave to them. And the white guy responded with, the KKK doesn't exist anymore. And so after having the joint that night, the next morning after surviving the vampires, well, no, before even going to that part, the vampire, the lead vampire, what was his name again, Kato? Remick told them, because after taking those two white people, he could see their thoughts. He told them that, hey, they never planned on allowing you to operate this business. They was about to come kill y'all anyway. And so I don't feel like that took away from the vampires.
That's where I think an additional scene or dialogue is needed to establish that I'm not saying they're not a threat, but it didn't flow to me.
I think it ties back into the original, like how the movie was before you get to the vampires, right? Because it's not even really a vampire movie per se. It's more of
a southern
drama
Gothic tale.
Yeah, it's like a Gothic drama tale about these two brothers and their family and what they're dealing with going on in their life. Like the entire setup it's just nothing. It's more of like a character period piece, pretty much.
Mhm.
Like it's all character driven, everything that's happening until you get to the supernatural shit, right? And even with the supernatural stuff, you still have a lot of character stuff in there. Like that's what I like the most about the vampires and how Remick was talking to them about what's going on with their life and trying to make it better for them, right? I feel like at the end where he's like, "Oh, we're gonna take out all the KKK." I just think that's more of like a throw line of what was happening beforehand. I do wish though it was a little more like a little more fleshed out with the KKK.
Yeah.
Me personally, I heard somebody say like, they could have came. I think it was, who was it? Was it Stupendo? He was like, "Oh, it would have been better if they came at night and then they teamed up with the people and then did the betrayal." But I feel like that would have made the film, oh, white man bad. These KKK people aren't redeemable because they just hate the niggas and everything like that. And then it would have been more race baity.
I didn't even think of that because I would have seen it more as they would be Remick's first victims. Like he would so you get a taste of like what's going on with the vampires out there, takes them out, and then because you saw the two of them that were all like mind controlled by Remick. They all believe in love and togetherness and a hive mind mentality. There was no, we don't see color kind of deal.
Right,
that whole kind of
Mm-hmm.
deal. So I feel like he could have changed them. And then maybe we got in a little bit more with the vampires. But again, this is nitpicking.
Yeah,
and
it's just nitpicking stuff. It still flows
if Ryan
good.
has an actual like director's cut that would be
going back into the like whether or not it's anti-white. The question I want to ask for Nadia: what was your favorite thing about the movie? Because I'll tell you mine and why I don't think it's an anti-white movie.
Wow, I really do enjoy the first half of it with the world building with the twins. And seeing the relationships that they have established. I loved Sammy. I did love the music part. Everybody talks about that one scene for the future and past.
That shit was amazing.
Yeah. And I loved it because it included all cultures. And then you had also Asian culture included because Asian culture also takes influence from Black music and stuff like that. I also liked that like Remick was not a typical white dude that just, hey, I don't know. I liked all of it, man.
So towards the end of what you said kind of alluded to what I was about to get. My favorite part about this movie is there are no good guys. That's my favorite.
Besides Sammy.
I don't think Sammy was a good guy. I think he was just there.
But I mean, because think at the end, right? Like at the end of the film where he's about to get, axed off because Remick catches him. Instead of like, fighting or doing all that other stuff, he starts praying, right? He starts praying to God, and then he joins in and all the other ones join in. But it was kind of a moment of like, oh, because if that was Smoke or if that was Stack or that was any of these other characters, their first instinct would have been to fight right there. Right. And
I'm gonna push back on this one. I kind of agree with Treyas. There is to me, there's no bad or good in this movie.
Exactly.
It is just people being human.
Yeah.
Even the vampires being sinners that God has put like it trails back to biblical
there you go.
Point of it.
That's a good point.
Going back to what you were saying about him praying, I don't think that makes him a good guy because we know even the worst of the worst start praying when their life is on the line. I look at this as because a lot of people want to know, is this another anti-white film? It's not anti anything. It's not pro anything. You're going to hear the hard R being said. You're going to hear the cracker word being said. You're going to hear, fair-skinned naggers. You're going to hear, all type of stuff. As a matter of fact, I love that they did the scene where Remick tries to get in and they explain why they won't let the white people in, not knowing that they're vampires yet. They explained it because Remick asked him, well, how did Haley Stanfield's character get in? And they go, she's family. You know what I'm saying? And then Smoke winds up explaining to Stack, well, why can't we let them in? They money green, right? Well, what happens if somebody steps on their toes, on their shoes?
Yeah.
What happens if what happens if a Negro's staring at his wife for too long? I mean, granted, we tired of the racism conversation, but this is stuff that actually happened.
But this is the 1930s. Yeah, this is done right. This is not just pushing it for the narrative. This is just not throwing it in. And even for modern times too, movies like they don't treat it as to the times that were I don't know where I'm going with that. Fuck.
I
Anyway,
will say
you're 100% right. 1930s.
I would say the best example as to why this isn't like a race bait movie or a white people bad movie is at the beginning of the film when Smoke is going to get, you know, Bo and Grace for the juke joint, and they got to go. The daughter has to go get the mother. She walks across the street, and as you know, it's segregated. You got the white side, you got the black side of the street. They don't say shit about it. Right? Like she just walks from one side to the other, and then the other character walks back, and they don't mention it at all. Right? So if this was like another filmmaker or anybody else, you already know they'd be like, yeah, I just came from the cracker side, or you know, oh, they're segregated, segregation. They would have hit heavy on the segregation, but he doesn't say nothing.
The racism is just the setting. It's not the plot.
The setting of the times. Of the times.
And I think you just mapped it out perfectly. It's there. You see it. Your eyes see it. I don't need to tell you that it's there. You know where we're at. This is 1932 America in Mississippi. So I don't need to tell you that there's a segregated sidewalk. You can see it.
I mean, they got people picking cotton, and they never go, "Woe is me, I'm black. We picking cotton." I like stuff like that, where it's like you don't have to go, oh, you see that the thing that we're showing you on screen, it's so bad. Like even the car scene, which is a very great scene, by the way, where he's explaining the lynching of one of his friends
with the audio in the back.
It was very, very good, but they never make it to make it like a point to virtue, like, oh, this is so terrible, oh, fuck white people or whatever. He's just telling the story of what happened, and all the characters are dealing with that. And then they move on from it, right? Like, you know, they burst into song, which I found out yesterday was ad-lib. Like, that was all improv. The ending of that's all improv, which is great. But it's like they never linger on it and go, yeah, fuck white people and all that. There's never any of that. They don't even go, fuck black people in this either, right? It's just the story in the setting.
Just fuck vampires.
Yeah, pretty much. And I see it as an example to do more stuff like that. Like if you're gonna have your cast be all black or your story involve a lot of these things, you can do that without being pandery or without, you know, virtuing to all these other people. And Ryan did it really good. Like it's like, yeah, there's racism. Yeah, you know, there's fucking KKK members and Jim Crow. That doesn't matter to the story, right? The characters are black, but their only character isn't that they are black.
Where you was about to go with that, I thought you was gonna go, but you didn't finish it off. I thought you was gonna go, yeah, there's racism, but fuck that. Check out this music. Yeah, there's racism, but fuck that. We got vampires. Yeah,
look at our freaked out characters, all these freak nasty bitches.
Oh yeah. It was a lot. Hey, yo, if you a gooner, you'll like this movie.
You're gonna love. Hey, if you're yo, I ain't gonna lie.
When I asked my husband for a pair of Jordans, that's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy. No, the part that got when, like, it's at the beginning of the film, by the way, and fuck Marvel for what they did to this actress. By the way. Fuck them, because she got them calcium cannons, boy, and she's not bad to look at. I ain't gonna lie. Annie, the love interest, Annie, right? She got them calcium.
Did you guys see the discourse around that they thought?
Black chick.
Did you see the discourse around the fact that they thought she was his mother initially?
Yeah.
People were saying because
she has the
black woman can't.
Yeah, it's because of her body figure, right? You don't really see that as the love interest. It's usually the mother.
But 1930s, the South, black women back then, they've always been on the thicker side.
A lot of them look like that, right?
Yeah.
So it made sense. But yeah, fuck Marvel for what they did to her. Where was I going? Oh yeah, there was a part at the beginning of the film where she starts getting freak nasty with Michael B. Jordan. I was like, yo, this is nasty. And then what the Haley Steinfeld line, that shit had me break.
Hey yo, that
shit had me
that
break.
Need to be up in a plaque somewhere. Like they need to have that. Like nigga,
yo, Ryan Coogler, you a freaky ass nigga, bro.
You rob banks and trains, but you can't steal this pussy for one night. Boy, I said, cool.
I was like, yeah, I understand. She would have got me too. She would have got me too.
And she was a little bit too black when she told Sammy to get the fuck out of her face.
Yo, she said, boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. I was like, yo.
Well, isn't she mixed too though? Like, doesn't
she had some like I think she said she had some like black in her. Or,
yeah,
like,
her grandfather was
grandfather
like,
or something.
that motherfucker,
Caribbean
her
or
ass is
something
white.
like that.
Oh, she is white.
That's a white bitch. But hey, Josh Allen, you a stronger man than me, boy. Ain't no way. I'll admit it right here. I can handle it. Ain't no way.
Yeah.
My girl going down on Michael B. Jordan like that and spitting in his mouth. Yeah, you getting punched. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, they had a little bit too much chemistry for my liking.
A little bit too much.
And then you get up there at the podium and the fucking media like, hey, so how you feel about your girl in the Sinners? Boy, I would have crashed out. I would have said, man,
you're gonna hit her with the like the lip tuck. It was good film.
Well,
she did.
The guy who Sammy was on an interview with his mom in the crowd, and they asked him about that particular scene, and he just said,
I saw that.
Mom, I'm grown.
Yeah, he was like, I'm grown now. I'm grown
now.
And
that's a wild comment. Hey, you're beautiful. I just want to take. Nah, go get your ass in the shower. Fuck that. Fuck that. I'm not. But okay, so going now overall, we already got our grades. Who was your favorite performer throughout the film?
Yeah, Sammy. I think Sammy. I love Michael B. Jordan. I am a fan, but I feel Sammy outshined him every time he was on the screen to me. This is his first acting gig too. He's a musician and he learned to play the blues as well. I'm gonna have to say he's probably my favorite character. I've liked every scene that he's been
in. Kato?
I mean, obviously it's Michael B. Jordan. This is his best acting period that he's ever done. It was great. And I like the fact that I don't know how anybody was able to be like, oh, I can't separate the twins. They're clearly distinct,
Yeah.
They have different attitudes. They have
the
different
low voice as well.
All this stuff.
Yeah, and he has the low voice. His is low. Stacks is really high and shit.
Even their accent was different.
Even the accents were different.
Yeah.
Right. So I think Michael B. Bro, kudos to you, man. You finally, instead of just being Michael B. Jordan, you actually acted. So I was like, yeah, you did good.
He was the best thing in Black Panther. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey Auntie will forever stick in my mind. Like that's Auntie. When that man said hey Auntie, I think the entire theater just erupted like damn.
But they should have just casted him. They should have just recasted with him. If they're gonna do this multiverse thing, just brought back Michael B. Jordan as the next Black Panther. But anyway,
so my favorite, I am torn between obviously Michael B. Jordan and his performance as Stack and Smoke and Haley Steinfeld's character.
I
really loved her. Like
I thought she was good, but I don't think she was top tier out of the cast. I mean, I think they're all great, but
obviously she's a supportive character. So, but I just felt like what she had to work with, in my personal opinion. First of all, the dialogue in this film was just
organic as fuck, bro.
Everything they said
most
is
things
something I would
forced, right? Like when they do when most people talk black, you know what I mean, use the dialect or the tone or the attitude, it feels forced. Like it's like, man, you don't really talk like that. It didn't feel forced in this one. I would say it was really organic. Like,
yeah, I did. I was really impressed with Haley. Like Haley Steinfeld was before this. I won't say she was a nothing burger, but I just didn't really pay attention to her as an actress that well. But this film for me,
okay,
because I obviously you've seen her in what is it, Hawkeye. I did like her as Kate Bishop, but I wasn't like walking away thinking, I really like her. But like this, for me, I walked away with her being one of my favorite parts of the film, especially with that line. And it was. I hate, and I agree with Kato on this. I just wish I would have never watched the trailers and saw that she got turned before.
Yeah.
Because do you understand? Because the fact that I did like her character and I did want to know more, like what's going on between her and Smoke, and the fact that Smoke, because originally I thought Smoke wanted not Smoke Stack. He wanted nothing to do with her ass. But then the reason why he was acting that way was because he was actually protecting her.
Yep.
I did not see that coming. I'm thinking, I don't know. I just didn't see it coming. And so I started to like her character, and when she got turned, if I would have never saw that coming because of the goddamn trailers, I would have been sick. That shit would have hit.
Yeah.
Well, Atreus, all the sinners had to be turned. She was an adulteress. She had a husband. And Perlin too. She was an adulteress as well. She had a husband.
I knew that she had a husband, but I thought it was after she was dealing with Stack. So she had a husband while they were. Oh,
yeah. When she went to the Juice Jam, she had a husband. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why. That's like they're all sinners. They all should be turned.
All of them.
Yeah.
Fucking Slim. I think his was more like gluttony. I think it was. It's deep. It gets kind of deep when you start looking into it, which makes the film more than just, oh, this is just a fucking vampire movie. It's not like I've seen people like, oh, I wish there was more like, vampire hunting or whatever. I'm like, that's not even like the core crux of the film.
This is not Van Helsing. This is not fucking Underworld.
Exactly.
I will say
which, by the way, hello, Blade.
Oh, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. First of all,
and Delroy Lindo was attached too.
Fuck. Yeah, it's never gonna happen. Your lead, first of all, when it was announced, your lead didn't even want to do physical stuff like stunts. There was a rumor going around that they wanted it to be more drama driven, more dialogue, more impactful. So
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, he didn't want to do physical stunts. Like
he's an actor, bro.
Yeah.
He's an actor.
And then getting it delayed. You know what? I'm happy with the ones we got. I'm happy with the ones
this is the Blade film that we didn't get. I'm fine with it.
They do vampire lore very good in here. Very good in here.
Oh,
This is very well done. And it brings back the fact that vampires are scary. No longer Twilight. Like between this and Nosferatu, vampires are an allegory for a lot of things, like the addiction, could be for sexual repression. There's a tons of things you can match vampires for. And I like this. Southern horror, like this is a genre that needs to be expanded on.
For sure. You know how many folklore tales there are that you could just you can milk that
My
shit.
mom's from Alabama. So I grew up hearing the stories of, my mom told me her older brother was down south with his wife doing some shit they shouldn't have been done. And one night the devil was at their doorstep. And the next morning, they packed their stuff up and moved back near family in the north. Whoever showed up there or whoever. So, like, I grew up with stories like that. And the South has so much rich culture in there that could be expanded on. And
but that leads me into what I was going to say. I truly, I get it, right? They're going to see the dollar signs for this because I don't think this film's going to slow down for a minute. Like, I think it's actually going to pick up more.
It got 35 million. This is projected to get 35 million this week. Hold on.
What's out this weekend? Because I know next weekend is
The Accountant 2 is the only thing releasing this weekend, and I don't think that's going to do too hot. And then
Accountant is for a particular group of people.
Yeah, The Accountant's a good film. But it's not
this is like date night. This is like you're going out with your friends kind of deal. You want to have some fun. I don't see I'm not saying it's not going to do well, but this I think will do way better on its
it's definitely going to take the weekend for sure.
So, all right. Sinners is tracking to earn around 35 million domestically this weekend, a 27% drop. This would be one of the lowest drops for a major movie in modern.
That is fucking insane.
Nigga, do y'all know how long it's been?
I think it'll be less than that.
I've never seen nothing below a 40% drop.
Yeah.
40% is good.
I think it'll be less than that. I think
I think
all week
it'll be less.
It's all anybody can talk about on social medias. Like all week in my For You stuff. Like it's just sinners.
I mean, think about it though, right? Because you got I think they said this is the highest grossing original film in a decade plus, and the highest grossing horror film in a decade plus.
It'll
right?
Get some Oscars.
But
it's gonna be nominated for shit.
Here's my question: How much did Get Out make?
Well, Get Out.
I know it made 300 million at the box office, but how much did it make in the first weekend? Because I thought it exploded.
I don't think it did that much. I don't think it did that well that first weekend. Yeah. I think it was I think it was
33 million.
Yeah, I think it was word of mouth that really helped carry that.
So what? Like Sinners got like what 60 something million?
It was like 70, right? It was like 73.
I thought I saw 61 million, but it didn't include Monday or Sunday, one of the dues. But it'll make its money. It's gonna make its money in a couple, like either between this week and the next one coming out. I don't know. It's gonna make its money. I think. Now, here's a question I have for you guys. Do you guys want to see a sequel, prequel?
Nope.
Do you want to see this world expanded? I don't either.
Like even though
maybe a prequel, but
with the smokestack twins would be nice. There's a lot of lore you could do. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, because I would rather. I don't want this to be another original project.
I don't want this to be the supernatural nigga Avengers. You know what I mean? Like I'm good with that, dog. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it.
You can do a spinoff, but I don't want another.
If you, because I found out the Indians, the Native Americans, the tribe that they're under, I guess it translates to like wolf, sort of like werewolf hunters, because if you look back at the film, that night it was a full moon. So when they dipped, it's like, oh, were they going to get werewolves? So like, if you want to do shit like that, where it's like, oh, you got this new character, oh, y'all going to get the werewolves,
so,
or if you want to do one where it's like, it was like, oh, you want to do.
Okay.
You want to do zombies, or you want to do all kind of mummies, you want to do all that shit. You want to do some more like real Southern folklore with like witches and shit. Go for it. I just don't want to see a direct sequel to Sinners.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that.
I would love to see him move on to another genre or try something else and dip his toes into something.
Make a spy movie. Hey, Ryan Coogler, make a fucking spy movie, dog.
Nah, fuck that. I want to see Ryan do a fucking space opera.
Do that too. Make a space movie, right? Make a space movie. I literally said this in my fucking video.
I think Ryan can do anything he wants to, honestly.
Do it. Make another. Don't go back to Sinners, please. Like I know, like we're still doing spoilers, by the way. I know the ending, right? You know, it hints at, they could probably do more with these characters because 2 characters are still alive by the end of the film, right? No, I don't want to see it.
Technically 3 characters, but yeah.
Man, if they did do a sequel, I guarantee they would have killed off that older character. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a damn good movie though, man.
I would like to see him kind of maybe expand if he wants to stay in the South, but maybe do like Southern voodoo or something, like if he wants
to
go
to Louisiana
or something, something like that, New Orleans kind of stuff. I would be intrigued to see how that goes.
Go for it. Some African folklore. Go for it.
Yeah, which is nobody really does it on like nobody does it, and I don't know why. There's so many rich stories.
I think he should do a spy movie.
He could
do it.
Yeah,
I don't care. I just want to give him kudos for earning it. You feel me?
Yes.
Like just earning it. Like fuck all the pandering shit, the victimhood shit. Just earning it. You and Michael B. Jordan, honestly. I mean, and it's not like Michael B. Jordan that was up and coming. Like Michael B. Jordan is that nigga.
He been around for a minute.
He's been around for a minute, and he's earning his keep. But shout out to Ryan Coogler for earning it. I guarantee you, with this movie, Marvel is cooking up a bag for you right now. They was going to have him direct the Avengers, but I think with the whole,
I don't want him going back to Marvel. I don't want him going back to Marvel.
He's going back to Marvel, so it's.
Well, I hope he doesn't. I hope because he's like helping.
He's contracted to
go back.
Black Panther 3.
Oh, okay. After that, that's it. Like, just go do your original stuff, man.
Fuck them. Don't.
You're muted, Atreus.
He's muted. He don't even know.
There is no possible way Marvel is letting Ryan Coogler. He's too young, and he's too hot of a name right now for Marvel to let him out. No, they're not going to.
He better than me.
But
I'm doing BP3 and I'm done.
If he wants to continue to do original stuff and not have a studio down his throat about stuff, like if he wants a filmography career, he'll leave Marvel. If he just wants the bag, then he'll just stay with Marvel.
I think he wants the bag.
I don't think he wants the bag. There's no way. So. I can't watch Sinners and think he just wants the bag, bro.
Sinners is his baby. This has been his project.
He's been under contract with Marvel, and it's never stopped him from doing other stuff since. He did Fruitvale Station, went straight to Black Panther. He also did Creed.
Well, no, he did Black Panther after Creed. Because it was Fruitvale Station, then Creed, then Black Panther.
No. Hold on.
Yeah, because Creed was in 2015. I know. I saw it in theaters. Because Fruitvale Station was 2000 and maybe 10 or 11, something like that. And then Creed was 2015, Black Panther 2018, Black Panther Emotional Manipulation was 2020, right? Or 2022.
The state of Marvel, how it is the last 5-6 years, if he wants an Oscar for anything, he'll leave Marvel
for sure
after the third one.
If he was smart, he would do BP3, and he's dipping. He's out of there. And I hope he doesn't go because he's working with Warner Brothers, obviously, for Sinners, and they're obviously going to want him to make more movies. Don't start doing DC movies either. I don't want to. Nope, I don't give a fuck.
No, hell no.
No, I don't see him doing DC movies. I wonder
he's doing X-Files.
Oh, right.
What? Yeah, he's doing
X-Files. X-Files are being rebooted by
him. It was supposed to be what's our guy's name that did it was supposed to be Jordan Peele, but I think that nigga's name just cooled off. I'm not sure what happened there, but now it's going to be Ryan Coogler.
I think with Jordan Peele, as long as it's not just the nigga files, I'm good.
The Jordan Peele, I agree with you, Trace. I think it's because they utilize his name too much as a producer on things instead of his own original content, and people are just burnt out. Like The Monkey, they did that. The movie to me was shit. But they used him because he's a producer on it to kind of market the movie. So I agree with you. I think because I like most of his movies. I love Nope.
Advertising The Monkey with a black man as the producer is crazy.
No, Nope is cold, man. I like Nope.
Nope.
It took a second watch. It took a second watch because the first time, because with his other films, they're more. He has a lot of racially undertones with a lot of his films.
That's what I'm saying. I get tired of that.
He doesn't have none of that in Nope. He doesn't have that in Nope. It's a horror film. It's an alien horror film.
I mean, it didn't have none of that. I mean, it was an okay movie. I didn't think it was.
You gotta watch it again because I felt the same way the first time I watched it.
And I really don't like Keke Palmer all that much as an actor. I love her as an internet personality. I don't like her as an actor at all.
Did you like Us? I think Us is the weakest out of the three of them.
It's the weakest for sure.
Yeah.
It
doesn't have rewatch value.
Get Out is that's a special one right there.
Yeah, Get Out was special, but Us, I was just like, bro, what? And then Nope. Like, don't get me wrong, Nope is not a bad film.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it takes a rewatch, man. Because I felt the exact same way. I felt the exact same way the first time I watched it, and then I watched it again. I was like, yo, it's kind of fucking, especially like the scene where it's digesting the people.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking.
I know what you're talking about. Great. That was
and then the nighttime scene with the blood. It's awesome, man. Yeah.
That movie scared me. I don't like aliens, so that just scares me on top of it. So going to it, so yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. All right,
Sinners is it. Hey, hold on. Before we move on from Sinners, I have to show y'all this.
And this water.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, that Irish jig, that shit was.
Yeah, he was killing that shit. I almost started dancing there myself. I was like, okay.
I swear that shit was. Hey, hold on. I got another one. Look at this. Her, but I just got out the gym. I haven't freshened up yet. Me. It's it's Sammy.
That's nasty.
And she said she's been walking all day.
Yeah, she said I walked here. That's what she said. Yeah. She said I walked here.
And it's humid outside. It's Mississippi.
Oh yeah, you know that shit was you know that shit was swamped. Oh, look at oh, that shit's funny.
It's
Cinder's got me posted outside the ops house, like.
It's interesting they used an Irish man because the Irish, not saying is as bad, but the Irish were treated like shit in the United States for a long time too. Initially coming through, not as bad. I can separate the two, but yeah. But it also tells me he's old as dirt if he's just by certain dialogue choices for him. So he's seen it all.
There was a lot of dialogue where it was like, oh yeah, he's been around for a minute.
Yeah, so that makes sense of why he's like, he's in a sense not the typical white racist dude. He's seen it all cultures. He's lived through all of them. He's probably have had, made vampires from all of them. So
yeah, man. Hey, go see Sinners. Hey, let everybody know in the chat, everybody that hasn't muted. Hey, you can unmute it now. We're done talking about Sinners, but go watch it. It's a really good film. I recommend it highly. Yes, please. And if you can't see it in IMAX, go to Dolby. Go watch it. Go give Ryan Coogler all your fucking money. Go give it to him, bro. Go give it to him.
All right, before we get into the Super Chats game, we got $68 until we get to tier 2, which means we'll be giving away a copy, okay, of Expedition 33.
Speaking of which, let me see if because my dumbass, I bought Oblivion. And then I forgot. Oh yeah, it was on Game Pass. I could just play it on Game Pass. But I kind of want to buy Expedition 33.
I want a physical copy.
Well, you know what? I'll try it. I'll try it on Game Pass, and if I enjoy it, I'll buy it on Steam. I'll do it like that.
But I want a physical copy of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I want like a collector's edition of that shit.
Bro, I'm tempted. I am so tempted to get the limited edition Xbox for Doom. I'm so tempted.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing that.
So tempted, dog. That shit looks gas.
I don't know people who still play Xbox.
I haven't, bro. I sold my Xbox. What was it? 20.
Nigga, I gave my PS5 away to my neighbor.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I gave it
Too much.
Because somebody broke in her house and stole her son's PS5, and me. I'm a simp, and I don't even play my PS5. Trust me, if she was ugly, I would have never like, oh, okay, well, that's too bad for y'all. But trust me, she's attractive. So I was like, I'm a simp. I can make that happen.
Gosh.
But no, I good ass wasn't using my PS5 at all. Like that, I hadn't turned on my PS5 in like a year almost. So
I know how that.
Mine's sitting like right here. I gotta move it downstairs. But I play Baldur's Gate way too much.
Hey, shout out Baldur's Gate.
You call me Simpy Claus? Yeah,
Simpy Claus. That's pretty good.
Let me see. We got Nadia for another 5 minutes. She has to prep for her next stream. Let me see.